Have you ever wondered what it feels like to lose everything when you wake up one day with no food, no money, and no one to help you? In a world that feels so unfair, where no one dares to stand up, would people stay silent? Or would someone finally brave enough to fight back? Well, today, I'm going to tell you about a man who made that choice. Oh, but before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Dwinda Baada, and I am from 11B. And today, I will be your storyteller. Now, let's begin. Long, long ago, in heart of England, beneath the tall trees of Sherwood Forest, there lived a man whose name would never be forgotten. Robin Hood. Some people called him an outlaw, but to the poor, he was a hero. At the time, life was not easy. The land was ruled by a cruel and greedy man, the Sheriff of Nottingham. He forced the people to pay the heavy tax that so high that many families lost everything they had. Food became scarce. Children cried from hunger, and hope slowly disappeared. But not everyone stayed silent. Robin Hood was once an ordinary man, but when he saw the suffering around him, he made a choice that would change his life forever. He chose to fight back, not with anger alone, but with courage and justice. Robin Hood left the town and escaped into Sherwood Forest. There, he was not alone. He was joined by a group of loyal friends, brave men who believed in the same cause. Together, they become legend. They moved like shadows between the trees. They watched the roads carefully, and when the rich and greedy passed by, carrying gold from taking the poor, Robin Hood and his men would strike. With skill and precision, they took the riches not for themselves, but to give back to those who had lost everything. With skill and precision, they took the riches not for themselves, but to give back to those who had lost everything. To the richer, Robin Hood was a criminal, but to the people, he was hope. Villagers would whisper his name with gratitude. Children would smile again. And for the first time in a long time, people began to believe that justice was still possible. Of course, the Nottingham was furious. How dare he! The sheriff was shot. How dare this outlaw challenge my power! Again and again and again, he sent his guards into the forest. Again and again, they failed. Because Robin Hood was not just strong, he was clever. He knew the forest better than anyone. Every tree, every path, every hidden corner was his ally. Sometimes he even disguised himself, tricking the servicemen and escaped right before their eyes. The more the sheriff tried to stop him, the stronger the legend grew. People began to tell stories. Stories of a man in green, with a bow that never missed, and a heart that always chose what's right. Years passed. The battle did not last forever. Time moved on, as it always does. But something incredible remained. Not gold, not power, but a story. A story that traveled from village to village, from generation to generation. Because a true legend is not just about what someone did, it is about what they stood for. And Robin Hood stood for justice, for courage, for protecting those who could not protect themselves. Even today, people still remember his name. So remember this. A legend is not just someone from the past. A legend isn't anyone who dares to make a difference. I think that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching.